To the right there, I think you can see it on your screen, you can see the Maplewood sign. And that's on the northeast corner of Rice and Larpenteur is Maplewood, and then on the northwest corner is Roseville. So we are
stolen to an 02 Jetta gray color.
Westbound. We're looking for a gray Jetta.
Okay, we're behind it. Maryland, westbound, over 35.
Oh, good. They're following a stolen.
Copy. 10-3. Is there a mark squad close? They're in the turn lane to go 35 east southbound. Oh, continuing westbound Maryland crest, crossing Orient.
That's always a problem.
Copy, I'll let channel 2 know as well.
We've done this a few times.
Yep, we have.
Put your pack on 2 just in case.
Still westbound through Jackson. We're going to wait for a marked car before we attempt to light it up. Copy. Westbound Maryland and Jackson.
He's following a stolen. Just so everybody's
Still
clear.
westbound crossing Sylvan. Looks like we're going southbound Sylvan.
We're going to turn the lights off when we get to the hill here.
Eastbound Rose from Sylvan.
Eastbound Rose to Sylvan. Bicycle.
Maryland and Jackson. They're
Okay.
following a stolen vehicle.
Copy. Eastbound Rose from Sylvan. Rose crossing with a bell.
What do you say he's crossing?
Able.
Headed back towards Maryland and Jackson.
Copy, headed back towards Maryland and Jackson.
Northbound Jackson and eastbound Maryland from Jackson. Eastbound Maryland from Jackson.
Clear right. Clear right.
Engine doesn't sound as good as normal.
Copy,
836 westbound Maryland.
What?
Sorry, eastbound Maryland. And we are going northbound Orient from Maryland.
I
Northbound
was kind of
Orient
wondering if
from
they're going to go that route.
Should we cut up Jackson?
Yeah, we'll go up Jackson. If we can get any of these cars out of the way. There's a lot of people that are...
Copy, westbound Maryland.
No, that's not what he said.
Still northbound Orient.
He did originally. Challenger, Dodge Challenger. There.
Clear right.
Copy, still northbound Orient. Coming up to Arlington. Is there any marked cars close? Teresa in Maryland and Park right now. Copy. Westbound Arlington from Orient.
Westbound
Westbound Arlington. 21, I'm waiting at Dale in Arlington for you guys. Copy. Westbound Arlington from Orient.
Copy, 2204.
And we are westbound Arlington from Jackson.
We're with you, behind you, unmarked.
Sheriff, can you get in front of us just in case this takes off?
He's moving.
Yeah, it looks like he's taking off, huh?
We can't pursue, so we're going to let you go in front of us. The vehicle's still westbound from Park.
Can you get a broadcast you want me to?
Yeah, you can broadcast, but let's play dumb for a while.
2400's the left one, they're going to try and light it up. That's going to be still westbound.
Hang on.
Right, northbound right.
Let's wait, let's let him get out to the county.
I'll talk to him. Okay.
Tell him-
Northbound right.
Yeah,
2400, we're northbound Rice from
We're not pursuing
Nebraska.
yet.
Not pursuing at this point. Let's get some county cars in on this.
261 and 529.
Copy,
Coming up to the red at Wheelock. And he's northbound from Wheelock on Rice.
Plate is 658, Papa Victor. Victor is coming back to a gray
There we
Volkswagen.
go. Eastbound on Larpenteur from Rice.
Eastbound eastbound Lavender from Rice. He'll be at Lavender and Rice.
Copy, will be at Larkin Rice. Thank you, 2206.
Speed 45 right now.
Speed is 45 right now.
We have not lit him up.
We have not lit him up yet. He's crossing Gurney.
There. Copy.
Coming up on Jackson and southbound on Jackson.
Ask if they've got a count. Tell them to get a county car with a pit car sent down there.
Crossing Wheelock. Got a pit car in the area.
Copy, thank you.
You're welcome, 2207.
Southbound coming up on Arlington.
2400. Can you send a pit car to assist us in St. Paul with the stolen?
Copy, southbound coming up to Arlington.
Copy, checking for a pit car that can see.
Go on eastbound Timberlake, the south end of Timberlake.
2361, I can start. A little bit out of position though. Copy, eastbound Timberlake from the south end. 2207.
What channel are we going to do? We want
Eastbound on, I'm not sure what this is here. Might be Kleiner. Coming up to Lorient.
And information for squads. St. Paul, following that stolen vehicle, is now passing the LTAC 1. Currently passing the LTAC 1 at 2208.
Okay, standby areas back. Westbound on Kleiner.
northbound. Northbound Kleiner.
I'm sorry, northbound Kleiner. Northbound Kleiner.
Northbound Planner, 2208.
Just ask him to try to block in McDonough.
If we can block in McDonough, that'll be nice. He's westbound now, coming up on, let's see here. Okay, Timberlake now, southbound Timberlake from Kleiner. Going the wrong way down. I'm not sure what street this is.
Leave that off. Okay, the wrong way part.
106 is St. Paul squads. If he's going the wrong way, terminate.
I knew that.
Okay, he's back going the right way now. He's southbound on Kleiner at Arlington, and he is eastbound on Arlington from Kleiner.
Just to clarify, no one's pursuing at this time.
Oh, no. Don't transmit yet.
We got 2400 following him.
2400.
Not pursuing him, sir.
2400.
There's a K9 car behind us. If you want to go around this so we can try to initiate the stop, maybe.
Confirm, 2361 is en route.
All right. We're going to be on LTAC 1.
And we have 6 at Arlington Payne.
It's good.
Copy, LTAC 1.
East on Arlington. Good.
He's still eastbound Arlington, coming up on
Payne. Coming up on Edgerton
Payne, or
first.
Edgerton, coming up on Edgerton.
Copy, eastbound Arlington coming up to Edgerton.
Just crossed Bradley.
Car is occupied by 3.
Eastbound across Edgerton, coming right towards Payne. Clear right.
Yeah, sticks there.
7156 Tango has traffic.
He's at Payne right now, getting ready to go south.
Payne at Edgerton. You missed the 6, south on Payne.
56 Tango, go for it.
Okay.
Go for it, 2210.
Go.
Still southbound Payne.
Still southbound Payne, 2210. 6360, you check on the bird, please.
Coming up on Maryland now, still southbound Payne.
Approaching Maryland in 636, we'll check on flight momentarily.
2400. Hang on.
2400.
Okay.
Send me, besides the pit car, send me another cop car.
Eastbound Maryland from Payne.
Copy. Is there another county?
Copy, eastbound Maryland. 2211.
Crossing Whitey, or Walsh rather, coming up on Arcade.
Copy, Maryland.
Southbound on Arcade from Maryland.
Beach southbound Arcade from Maryland. 2211.
Into the alley
North of
on the
Magnolia.
north of Magnolia, eastbound. Eastbound in the alley, north of Magnolia.
Copy, eastbound through the alley north of Magnolia.
What is this here?
Smashing, crashing.
He almost, okay, went through a yard here, now he's back to Magnolia, eastbound Magnolia.
He's just driving.
Copy, now eastbound Magnolia. Just inform for squad flight is not available.
Great.
Copy, thank you.
Southbound on Forest from Magnolia.
Well, we know he's not a great
Southbound
driver.
Force from Magnolia. 2212.
So, I'm gonna
Coming up on Case here and southbound from Case.
We are in pursuit now.
We are in pursuit now, 2400.
2400, I copy. Now in pursuit southbound from Case Magnolia. 106, if the reason for the pursuit is stolen vehicle only, St. Paul squads need to drop out.
Hang on a minute. Let me just.
364 at 664. Hurry.
Johnny, can they use sticks?
We stuck him.
He's got
Clear.
Minnehaha.
East on Minnehaha. East on Minnehaha.
Copy east in Minnehaha and input St. Paul squads for 106. If the only reason for the pursuit is that the vehicle is stolen, St. Paul squads will not pursue and need to drop out. Info 2213.
Eastbound from Earl. Northbound on Frank.
in the alley westbound.
West in the alley from Frank, just north of whatever street that was.
Minnehaha. Westbound in the alley from Frank and Minnehaha. 2214.
This is Earl, right?
Sure.
Northbound Earl from the alley. Westbound.
Rainy.
Yeah, westbound Rainy, crossing Cypress, south on Cypress. Crossing Minnehaha.
We got a pit car ready
I'm
now.
second in pursuit from Colorado. Eastbound Margaret from Cypress. Eastbound Margaret from Cypress at 22. Continuing eastbound from Earl.
Ask if there's a county pit car here with us.
From Earl.
Is there a pit car with us?
Speed 40, no traffic. Speed 40, no traffic. 2250.
You better go on a different path.
Northbound Duluth. Northbound Duluth at 2250.
Is that a county car or not? Ask him.
Is that a county car behind us?
A4. Eastbound Minnehaha.
I'm gonna let him take it, right?
Yeah, if it's a county car.
Go ahead and take the lead, county car.
Copy, call to the left. Let us pick up the highway. Back it up. 44. Copy, slowing down.
have just curbed him when he came out of that.
Front driver's side tires shredded. He's just gonna be on the rim here.
Right.
He's going to be on a rim soon.
Copy. Front driver. Copy. You're going westbound Ross. Westbound Ross for Bush.
Clear.
Southbound Hazelwood. Southbound Hazelwood.
Clear.
Why don't people just pull over?
Speed 40. Going westbound Ramey. Copy westbound Ramey. Speed 40. Very completely gone. Through Birmingham.
Clear.
There we go.
One office, southbound. Copy. Southbound, southbound. St. Paul 636 does St. Paul cars if they stop or run. Let's set for primary place. Just for squad info, they're pulling these 3 guys out of the car. We're just behind the post office here. Yeah, I'll be pulling those 3 occupants out of the car, just behind the post office. 22 and 18.
All you got on you. Anything sharp? What does that mean, my guy? Just tell us what you got. Tell us what you got. Okay.
Split 5181 and 5183.
We'll get a status check. 2372, check the status. 6 well, looks like we got all 3 in custody.
83.
Copy, all 3 in
Currently at
custody.
Walmart. Florida State's a former associate is on scene making threats to staff members. His name is Muhammad. He's currently in the grocery aisle. He's wearing a blue and red soccer jersey.
Sweetness.
Hey, what's up?
I got him behind you. Let me pull out of there. All right, well, we did get him.
And clearing patch with Outback 1.
And good cooperation. Had 3 county cars come down here, and eventually he came into this parking lot, and unfortunately for him, it was no way to get out. So we did take him, and there's male driver and 2 females
2372.
into custody.
361. 361. Do we still need the air for this poll? Negative. All 3 cars in custody. Cars clear. You can cancel 10-3. Copy. 10-3's canceled. 2221.
Explaining to the viewers.
Well, I just got back in. Looks like Burger King on the west side just got robbed.
Well, let's explain what we got here
2-3
first.
for squads info.
Yeah, we got,
Stolen car.
so this was a stolen Volkswagen Jetta.
Fletcher no longer at the Burger King.
Well, needless to say, he fled police.
Stated that
So he's
they
under
did not
arrest for
see
auto
with
theft,
Russia.
fleeing police, and he's also a parole violator from the Department of Corrections. He's a wanted fugitive. That was a very worthwhile event with a successful resolution. And a great job by everybody. St. Paul did a great job on the stop sticks that eventually,
Caused him to lose a little bit of his juice.
yep.
Okay, we're nice.
Great job by the gang unit who first spotted the car. Great job by the county cars who jumped in and eventually chased him to ground.
Oh, that was exhilarating.
Yeah, it was.
Call is a white male on
was.
the taser height.
That's a legitimate bad guy, that guy. By the way, he has gang affiliation. We
What?
didn't mention
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah, long-time gang member.
lot of gang affiliation, a lot of crim history.
Copy 23.
So
4,400. What city is 4,400?
Maplewood.
Okay. They were assisting also.
Huh? That's awesome.
Got a lot of teamwork in play right there.
636.
636.
For the responding car, it's a separate perimeter for now. We're trying to figure out the direction of travel here.
Well, the nice thing is you don't need
We'll relay that to everyone else.
130 miles per hour on those side streets, right?
No, you don't.
To go that route.
Yeah, but the car does handle well. You can kind of tell, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just it's got nice cornering.
Have you
Well,
looked
the-
up the perimeter and
Person who was driving helped with that.
Well, you know,
copy 23.
really, I was impressed with the way the car handles.
636. I got two guys here with me now. The rest of the car is
Driven it a few times.
5181.
Copy other squads. Serve
Yes,
perimeter
South
23.
Dakota 9, Edward 8556.
We didn't really, the speed he was going, and with the thing about our lights and our siren, that actually helps people know that something's coming
Right.
and to get out of the street. And if you noticed, even when we weren't chasing him, I had the Opticom on to reduce the likelihood that he would go through red lights.
Right.
So most of the lights he went through were turning green for him as well. He didn't really know at first if we were chasing him or not.
Yeah, I think he was trying to make up his mind.
Yeah. Is that guy really on me or not or what? That's why he didn't actually go full speed until you know, okay, this is for real. But that was right when we had the car spiked. That St. Paul car did an awesome job throwing those sticks out and get them spiked.
Yeah, they did.
So, yeah, I hope you see the complexity of that. But one good thing about when things are closed down early, there's less people out on the street. Not that that was the case here. It's just that it's Wednesday.
Right.
But you can tell St. Paul has a different policy, of course. They're able to help parallel and use the sticks and help us apprehend them if they run, but they can't use their cars to pursue if it's just a stolen. And the bad part is, of course, all these stolens, the guys in them have more than just car stealing, like this guy.
Almost invariably.
Robert and George.
Yeah.
Copy Robert.
Wanted on warrants, wanted on other crimes, carrying guns.
I bet those girls were in there. There's two females in there. Had to be yelling at him, stop, slow down, let me out, huh?
Yeah, I don't think they were too happy with him.
Copy 23.
Sorry, you didn't get a view of the actual apprehension, but I was gonna go to the left, and at the last minute, the car opened its door, and I said, "Yeah, I'll just clip that door if we go that way, so we'll go around to the right." But
Worked out well.
it all worked out fine. people. We've done this a few times.
It's become a local version of the show Cops. Behind the wheel, Ramsey County Sheriff Bob Fletcher.
Bicycle.
And last night featured the hot pursuit of a stolen car through the streets of St. Paul, streaming live to thousands of his followers on Facebook and YouTube. But listen as the St. Paul gang unit turns the chase over to the sheriff.
We can't pursue, so we're going to let you go in front of us. The vehicle's still westbound.
That's because it's just a stolen car, not a violent felony, so it violates the St. Paul Police pursuit policy. But from what we can tell, not the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office policy.
Can you get a broadcast? You want me to?
Yeah, you can broadcast, but let's play dumb for a while.
Sheriff Fletcher keeps following on the down low.
We're not pursuing yet.
Not pursuing at this point.
Without squad lights and siren, which also violates the St. Paul Police policy. It's not a particularly fast chase, but the Volkswagen Jetta's all over the road, going the wrong way down a one-way street. Not once, but twice. But Sheriff Fletcher doesn't want you to hear that part.
Going the wrong way down. I'm not sure what street this is.
Leave that off. Okay, the wrong way part.
106 to St. Paul squad, if he's going the wrong way, terminate. Just to clarify, no one's pursuing at this time.
Don't transmit yet.
The pursuit around 10 o'clock last night is clearly dangerous at some points, with the suspect losing control.
Smashing, crashing.
106, if the reason for the pursuit is stolen vehicle only, St. Paul squads need to drop out. If the only reason for the pursuit is that the vehicle is stolen, St. Paul squads will not pursue and need to drop out.
But the sheriff continues the chase down alleys. St. Paul police lay out stop sticks. Eventually, other deputies take the lead. Until finally, the car goes into a parking lot behind a post office without an exit. The suspect's trapped. From start to finish, a 16-minute chase. 3 people arrested.
So they're calling these 3 guys out of the car.
The driver is Luis Reyes, who Fletcher says has gang affiliations and convictions for burglary and aggravated robbery. He also had Department of Corrections warrant out for his arrest. In a statement, Sheriff Fletcher defended the chase. Quote, "There's a big difference between chasing someone the wrong way down a crowded interstate and following a vehicle down a short stretch, the one way, when there is no traffic at normal speeds." He continues, "The increase in carjackings and auto thefts is in part driven by the criminals' awareness that in some jurisdictions, police officers are not allowed to pursue suspects. Until we change that criminal mindset," he says, "we have no chance of reducing crime."
Oh, that was exhilarating.
Yeah, it was.
Exhilarating, maybe, but was it safe? Was it worth it? One thing is clear. When it comes to pursuit, there are clearly 2 sets of rules in St. Paul. For the Fox 9 investigators, I'm Tom Lydon.
We also want to say that, Pat and I have been at this for a number of years, and we respect the danger that a chase can be.
Absolutely.
We've both been in our careers literally hundreds of chases, with a wide variety of suspects. And, there's times we look back and say, oh, we were very lucky, that we didn't get broadsided by another car. I can remember instances myself. And we don't take the safety factor lightly. We know how important it is to make sure no innocent person is hurt. And it's a balancing act between, the importance of arresting a suspect and keeping them from doing other crime, and, making sure that people are safe. And we've had extensive training in the types of risk factors over our career, and police officers have to go to emergency vehicle operations training, which we practice chasing as well. This car is a pursuit-rated vehicle that has outstanding suspension, cornering abilities, and and heavy-duty ability to brake and turn, as you can see from the driving there. Not every car can handle like this car.
Absolutely not.
So we have we try to make it as successful as possible. We also know that time and circumstances dictate whether we're actually going to be in a chase. Obviously, during a rush hour or early morning when people are outside, well, we terminate many chases during those circumstances. Or if the driving is, so extreme on a road that can't handle that velocity, we terminate those chases. Just a variety of times. In fact, majority of cases, chases do get terminated. But in some cases where it's late at night and there's very little traffic, and of course the other night on Wednesday night, there's really little going on after 10 o'clock because bars and restaurants are closed and there's very little traffic on the street.
And it never turned high speed at any point.
No, a high speed by our standards of high speed, which was probably the reason I could keep with them. So, but just so you know, it isn't just that we weigh it at the start. We're constantly weighing those factors, even during the chase, and that's why a lot of chases do get terminated. But each department has the right to set their own policy, and we don't begrudge any department. They can have whatever policy they want. But if you read my comments on my Facebook post, which I hope most of you did, I know from years of chasing suspects and interviewing them that the likelihood of getting caught is one of the factors that determines whether or not they do crime. So where is that other phone?
I think I moved it up here.
We got buzzing going on here, but I don't think it's a phone. Maybe it is. It's all right. We're good. So, we know that in the last 2 years, the frequency of people fleeing from the police has increased dramatically. So, Pat, you want to jump in?
Yeah, I mentioned it the other night. I think it was even before that chase, was that with Bob and I, what you see is what you get. What you hear is who we are. What you see us do is what we do, and what we did as patrol officers in the street, in a marked car and in uniform. And I think after the number of live on patrols we've had, you get an idea as to our demeanor. And during that chase the other night, we were clearly in control of the situation on our end, calm, and there was nothing that made us think that particular pursuit needed to be terminated.
Yeah, and it was a stolen car. If it was just a random driver, of course, that has less credibility. But a stolen car is a felony, and usually, and we know that in majority of cases, there's other history in the person, possibly warrants or guns. I mean, we just know that from past history. But we don't know who called the media, and it doesn't matter. We are what we are. We're not trying to hide anything. We're obviously transmitting everything live to thousands of people. So, just in regards to a couple points, one of the allegations was I said to Pat, don't mention that when we were going down well, just so you know, I worked in the McDonough housing projects with youth there, Boy Scout troops, and helping the Hmong people for 10, 15 years. I'm very familiar with that particular housing projects.
I'm not.
Yeah. And I was on the public housing board as well, serving as a PHR board member. I've driven that road many times. In fact, the only real reason that road is one way is they needed parking on both sides. And so it's a very short road, and we could see ahead of us that there was no oncoming traffic, and I knew that we were going to come in a short block. We were going to be out the other side, and it was going to be a safe transmission across there, and we'd be on the right way again. So I didn't want Pat's transmission to send a perception that this was a very dangerous piece of road, because I knew it wasn't a dangerous piece of road. And unfortunately, verbal transmissions get misinterpreted. The best person to be able to determine whether a chase should be terminated is the person that has the best view. So if we were going down the wrong way on a freeway or a major highway well, that's a different thing.
Absolutely.
So that's what that was. That was me knowing that I didn't want to send a negative message about the level of danger. So, and the other piece that's crazy is one of the newscasters in the early part, you remember you heard the gang unit ask us to take the lead?
Yes.
And because they couldn't chase and they know we could under our policies. And so we took the lead, and then Pat asked me, should I broadcast? Well, I took that as, should I broadcast that we're in a pursuit?
Right.
And I wasn't ready to pursue. I wanted us to be cagey and follow the guy as far as we could without him knowing that we were the police.
Yeah, and it was pretty clear at several points during the time when we were following him
that he didn't
know who we were.
And that's why I said, let's play dumb. I mean, when I wanted us to play dumb like we didn't know he was driving a stolen car.
Right. We weren't going to light him up.
We weren't going to light him up. We're going to play dumb. And so, you make comments like that. We're trying to be transparent. Pat knew what I meant, but unfortunately, the news media hasn't worked with us for 30 years.
Right.
So things get blown up or taken out of context. So,
I think most people who saw the live feed, who saw the commentary, get it.
Yeah, I think they did too. But one of the reporters called me and said, "You were trying to hide it from. You were trying to play dumb to the police department or the dispatchers." I said, no. We were trying to play dumb like we didn't know the car was stolen, so the driver wouldn't assume we were cops.
Right. Bide some time,
and we had to buy time until the marked squads come. Even the St. Paul gang unit was trying to get a marked squad there because we're in an unmarked car and we don't mind chasing, but it's always preferable for visibility that a marked car
absolutely
would come.
And you'll notice that towards the end there, not towards the end, it was partway through when the county marked cars were there, we confirmed that it was the county cars and they were marked and told them to take the lead.
Right.
For safety reasons. Everything about that had safety in mind.
Yeah. And let's just say, while St. Paul wasn't allowed to pursue officially, they were authorized to use stop sticks.
And they did a great job.
And 3 officers were ready to deploy. One at Dale and Maryland, or Dale and Arlington, one at Payne and Arlington, and then finally down on Forest. And they did an awesome job of throwing those sticks out and getting the car to deflate tires, which makes it far easier for us to bring a chase to a conclusion. So congratulations and thank you to the St. Paul officers, who we consider our teammates, in bringing that to a closure. So anyhow, we don't begrudge people that try to twist our efforts to a negative, but we do greatly appreciate you guys sending us your messages and being so amazingly supportive. And as we were chasing, you heard me call when I heard that St. Paul had terminated their ability to pursue, which, by the way, everybody has their own policy. We have ours. The troopers have theirs. Metro Transit has theirs. No one policy prevails over the other departments. Everybody handles their own. But you did hear me call for some deputies to come and help. And you saw those deputies fly by, and I got to tell you, I can't say all, but almost all of our deputies are trained in pursuit intervention tactics, being able to use their vehicle to bring it to a safe halt. And it's amazing how safely you can bring them. Now, they didn't have to use those tactics, but they were ready if they had to. Fortunately, the St. Paul car had deflated one of the tires. But you saw the professionalism of our deputies, and
That was some impressive driving.
yeah, that was impressive. They were, yeah, and they boxed him in. You didn't see everything because I pulled to the side, but they boxed him in and made the arrest. I did see somebody posted a Ring doorbell video of
I saw that too.
Of the two Mark squads passing us or about to go by us down at Minnehaha. So all's well that end well. The Ramsey County Sheriff's Office took custody of him, took him to jail, and towed the car. Sergeant Mark Suki was there. He's of course outstanding as well. And the individual was charged today. I'm not 100% charged, sir, if it was both the fleeing and the stolen car.
It was.
It was, okay.
Yep.
Thank you. So that's great. The best person to know how dangerous is the person chasing. However, sometimes that person gets so emotionally caught up in the chase
Right.
that's why they have supervisors generally make the determination, because they don't want the emotion of the chaser. Now, Pat and I have been through several hundred of these, so we're not as emotional as a lot of newer cops, but we still understand how you can get emotionally wrapped up. And
That's a nice thing about having two people in a car.
yeah, this is critical.